India has rejected Canadian accusations of involvement in the killing of Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar and said that they are part of the political agenda of the Justin Trudeau government that is centered around the vote bank politics. Khalistani separatism on Canadian soil has long been Trudeau's blind spot. More than a year after he first alleged Indian government links to the Nijjar murder, what explains this week's escalation? Today we are going to explore why Justin Trudeau's popularity in Canada has been dipping and what factors are at play as he faces growing challenges. Elections are due in a year from now. Recent polls show that Trudeau's party is trailing behind the Conservatives by a wide margin, nearly 20 percentage points. Only 26% of Canadians picked him as their preferred leader, while Conservative candidate Pierre Poilievre has 46% support. This is a significant gap. According to most experts, there is virtually no chance that his Liberal Party will win a third straight term. In fact, Trudeau might not even make it until then. After defeats in by-elections in Toronto and Montreal, amidst the abysmal polling numbers, Liberal MPs are building pressure on him to step down. At least 20 MPs have signed a document calling for Trudeau to resign, according to CBC News. Liberal MP Shaky told the broadcaster on Tuesday, and I quote, "The message that I have been getting loud and clear and more strongly as time goes by is that it is time for Trudeau to go, and I agree." After Jagmeet Singh's New Democratic Party last month pulled out of a deal to support the government in return for more social spending, the Liberals were left with only 154 out of the 338 seats in the House of Commons, well short of a majority. Trudeau will next face a confidence vote in late November or December when the House has to ratify the so-called budget update. Trudeau's critics in the Canadian media have said this week's escalation may be intended to deflect from the government's sinking fortunes and to appear strong on national security. Canadian political parties often rely on support from power brokers within the community to garner votes. Many of these community leaders have sympathy for the separatist cause, even though the vast majority of the Canadian Sikh population does not care for Khalistan. The Trudeau government's latest actions could be seen in this context, especially given that his party's near-term survival rests in the hands of Jagmeet Singh, who the MEA has described as a leader who openly espouses a separatist ideology vis-a-vis India. It's not just the India issue. Canadians are dealing with inflation, high rents, and concerns about immigration. These domestic issues have made things harder for the Trudeau government, which many see as out of touch. With elections around the corner, only time will tell how his leadership will end.